In today's psychic protection mini lesson, I'm going to be describing to you a type of situation that involves secondary psychic attack when you are working with a psychic reader or an intuitive coach or anyone who's giving you psychic or intuitive information. Hi, everybody. My name's Maya Zahira with Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and we are here to talk about all things psychic protection. Now, this is a mini lesson, so if you would like more information, I highly encourage you to get my book, The Psychic Attack Sourcebook, which you can get on Amazon and Audible. So today we're talking about a specific form of secondary psychic attack. First, I'm going to give a mini definition of secondary psychic attack. Tiny, brief definition. This is a term that I coined a few years ago, secondary psychic attack. And it means when there are negative spiritual forces that might not be directly paranormally attacking a person, but instead the approach is that these negative spiritual forces will nudge somebody in your life to say or do something to harm you or sabotage you. Okay, so that person could be the person who's nudged by the dark forces, could be a loved one, could be a family member, could be a coworker, it could be a total stranger, it could be anybody, okay? And the level of damage that they're nudged to do could be anything from just upsetting you, like some thought is sent into their mind to say something, some urge is imparted upon them to say or do something that's upsetting to you, or it could be something that truly damages you or could even put you in danger. So there's that whole spectrum of secondary psychic attack. Now, in today's video, I want to point out something very specific. Now, in my book, The Psychic Attack Sourcebook, I go through many examples of types of situations in which there could be secondary psychic attack from your loved ones, strangers, coworkers, etc. But today, I want to pinpoint one certain issue that I see pretty frequently. Certain people are more spiritually targeted than others. That's just a fact. And something that I notice is that when those people will go to a psychic reader, intuitive coach, etc., whoever they're going to for psychic or intuitive advice, maybe it's a regular psychic that they're going to on a regular basis. Maybe they're just going to a one-off session at a psychic fair. Either way, whoever they're working with, if that psychic professional is not fully aware and discerning about false light and false light entities and trickster energy, then quite often what happens is that the psychic reader ends up being used as an agent of secondary psychic attack toward the targeted person. So how this shows up is that the psychic reader is getting their influx of psychic information from their guides, but actually it's negative forces that are nudging the psychic to advise the person to do this, that, and the other. And that advice is actually the wrong advice, and it sends that person in a bad direction. Okay. Now, 99.99% of the time, the psychic reader has no idea. They think they're just giving a regular psychic reading. Most psychic readers would not intentionally say something that's going to misguide their client. I mean, let's just be real. Every colleague that I've worked with, almost every one of them has a really good heart and they truly want to help people. They wouldn't want to guide people the wrong way. But as someone who's an advocate for spiritually targeted individuals, this is a pattern that I see a lot. So my advice to you would be, for every reason possible, don't ever take what a psychic reader says and just go do it. I mean, you shouldn't blindly follow anyway, but also because of this issue of secondary psychic attack, if that psychic reader isn't fully grounded and they have to know about false light and trickster energy. And unfortunately, as much love as I have for my colleagues, at this point in time, early 2024, many of the colleagues that I encounter are just not informed enough about this. So they're not looking for it. And so they end up giving incorrect information in their psychic readings. So I say this with so much love. I'm not trying to put anybody down, any colleagues down out there. But again, I'm an advocate for those of you who may be spiritually targeted individuals. And this is an issue that I feel we all need to know about. We all need to be discerning about what psychic readers we're working with. And this is also why it's a great idea to develop your own psychic skills, your own intuitive skills, so that even if you do decide to go to a psychic reader just for a second opinion or just for fun, you'll have the skills and the ability to run everything they've said through your own intuitive filter to see if it resonates before you choose to follow any advice. So remember, secondary psychic attack. You can learn more about that in the Psychic Attack Sourcebook on Amazon. But also remember that secondary psychic attack can happen with psychic readers and psychic consultants. So keep that in mind. Every bit of psychic advice that you receive, take it with a grain of salt, and definitely take the time to develop your own intuitive skills. Developing our intuitive skills and knowledge about false light and so many other things are topics that we cover in Spiritual Empowerment Academy. This is an amazing group, and the members who are currently in it frequently say that it's like family. There's so much support in that group and so much information. If you'd like to learn more about Spiritual Empowerment Academy, I invite you to go to my website, psychicprotectionsanctuary.com, and click on Work with Maya. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.